what's kind of the mistakes that they make moving into top of the funnel, and that video content is probably the right word here, the video content?
Yeah, common mistakes that happen here. First and foremost, and this is the last time we'll beat the drum, is that people do it too early. But let's say you're ready to do this. Then the make or break of this being a success for you is actually carving out who you're making content for. And this is getting into, again, like how big video has begotten. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world behind its big brother, Google. And what that means is, there's 500 hours of more content published to YouTube every single minute. And the only way to win there is by going niche and by knowing who you're educating and what it is that they're asking. So it's about two things: identifying your space, and that's not just your industry, but that's who the customer is, that's maybe what the product is. This is going to be different for every organization, but you need to clearly define your space. And if you're doing it right now, you're probably doing it too generally. And then secondly, you need to meet the customer where they're at. Because again, this is not the place where we can shove information down anyone's throats. For it to become the top of the page, it needs to be something that's already actively being searched for. And it needs to be the questions and we can do this with tools like SEMrush. We can do this with tools like TubeBuddy if we're talking about YouTube. We can literally see the search rate for certain searches. And we ask ourselves, how often does cost for a real estate CRM get put into Google? How often does comparisons of real estate CRM? Whatever you want to say, but what you need to do is look at the searches that are actively being out there. That's step one. Find the ones that are more bottom of the funnel, because you should never start with a what is a question mark. You need to still stay bottom of the content funnel and build your way out of that. Get more specific, more niche. Find something that's something for someone is the biggest mistake that people always jump over. They're overgeneralizing the channel. They're overgeneralizing the video. Pick one battle at a time. And last but not least, you absolutely need to make sure that when you're doing this, it's enough to, again, somebody feels like they have the full story. So what this should allow somebody to do is have all of the list of options for themselves. So we teach businesses how to make comparison videos quite a lot, because there's always people that want to, at the Google level, once they know what the best 5 CRM tools are for a specific industry, they want the comparisons of the thing. And you should be able to run a video like that in 5 minutes that says, what you're going to get out of this is the list of the similarities and differences, top to bottom, so that by the end, you know which one is going to be right for you and you can make the decision. And so it's educating at the industry level. When you're on an industry-wide thing like Google, people want to know industry-wide information. The second it feels like it's coming from a business's bias, then you've already set yourselves up for failure, because you'll never be the quote-unquote best answer online, which is why when you've decided the question that you want to become a featured snippet for, and all the featured snippet is the top result, the one that Google is going to give you on Google so you don't have to leave Google. They're doing it more and more with YouTube videos now. When you decide the search that you want to become the number one answer for, you need to do a heck of a lot of digging to see what's the best answer out there right now, and how am I objectively better than them? How do I give more information? How do I answer the question better? How do I give more detail that empowers the viewer? Because at the end of the day, they're going to be the ones that drive the algorithm.